Hey guys, spring is right around the corner. All winter long, your ride has been taking a beating from the road grime and the salt. So that's why I use and strongly recommend Jaxwax car care products. Founded and made in Columbus, Ohio, they have everything you need to keep your ride salt-free and looking fine. Use code BOOSTIN_DC at checkout for 15% off.
There she is, my chariot, my noble steed. So in Detroit, hit traffic, not surprising. That road right there is probably smoother than this road right here. I don't know why we're in a traffic jam. They never do any road work, so I don't know what the holdup is. Made it to the first destination, picking up a very icy trailer. Not a bad ride, traffic, but we're gonna continue north. Still moving. Got about 250 miles left. So hoping to get there around 5-ish. I had to stop and take my 30-minute break, so. Eight and a half hours later, made it. All right, spent the last 2 days packing up. This is my chariot's home. Just got done loading 12 1,000-pound blocks. This is what we use for weight. So tomorrow morning, bright and early, I have a very long trip home. All right, good morning. It is Friday, I-75 South. We are officially done. We are done with work travels for 2023. I am so ready to be done and cross that bridge for the last time. It's about an 8-hour ride in a truck, but I gotta stop and get fuel because my light's on. I got XM radio channel 39, Hair Nation. I just heard some Def Leppard, so it's a good way to start the morning. So we are gonna keep on rolling. It's gonna get expensive. All right. Just topped off. Wasn't as bad as it could have been. I mean, I don't care, it's not my money, but this has only got twin 100 gallons, so I only filled one tank and it was $334. It took 71 gallons to fill one tank, so I'm gonna enter this in the old ELD and we're gonna get ready to cross the bridge. Last time in 2023. Goodbye. I will not miss you. I've crossed this bridge so many times in the last 2 months. Arrivederci. I know that guy. So because I had to stop and get fuel, Nate caught up with me. Nate was in the UP video that I did a couple videos back. So we are both headed back to Ohio. So I guess you could say we got a little... This here's a duck.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So what you just watched was the last trip. I am officially done traveling for work and I am home. For those of you who are new to the channel or don't know, in January and February, they shipped me up to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. I'm gone for 2 weeks at a time, home for the weekend, gone for 2 weeks at a time, home for the weekend, so blah, blah, blah. It makes for a very long 2 months. 2023 is already starting to be a very busy year for us. Not only are we expanding our family we're introducing another car lover into the world. As you see in the last video, I service the 6-liter. That way it's ready to rock and roll because when we get the phone call that the new trailer is done, we're gonna jump in that, head 2.5 hours east to Eastern Ohio and pick up the new trailer. We're gonna continue on her car and get it ready because our first show, Import Face-Off, is in a month and a half and I still basically have got to build a show car. My car needs a few small things, but it won't take me a bit more than a couple of days. Like I said, 2023 has already started to be a very busy year but I'm not even home yet and I'm still work traveling and I got a phone call that a guy needs a motor swap done on an Outback. So you're actually sitting on that motor swap right now. So not only am I building my cars and going to shows, I've gotten phone calls about other builds. motor swaps and all that already. So 2023 is definitely going to be a big year. So the shop is absolutely full of Subarus right now. Yesterday I spent some time on her car, got it down to bare long block, removed the intake and the TGVs and the fuel lines and all that. Usually when I pull an engine, I just keep it as one unit. I don't take anything off. But I wanted this one to come apart the same way I put it back. So when I put it back, everything's gonna be all nice and shiny and show-car-y. So I wanna put it back in pieces instead of one unit so I don't take a risk of scratching anything. My car still hibernating, not really much that needs done to her. A few small things that I wanna do before the first show, but it won't take me but like literally less than a day. So here's the first motor swap of 2023 is an 09 Outback. Typical Subaru, blew a head gasket and overheated. And here is the low mileage long block we got to throw in her. So I've been working on Subarus quite a while, and I've done a lot of engine builds, swaps, head gasket jobs, but this is a good one. Usually when a Subaru blows a head gasket, you can see air bubbles through the overflow. This one, when I try to start it, is a geyser out of the overflow. So we definitely have a head gasket blown. I think it's more than blown, it's just non-existent. So my car's in here, I gotta throw some rear pads on it. I got some serious metal to metal contact. Yeah, so 2023 has already started to be a very busy year. First engine swap of the year. I already got some people actually contacting me about an actual engine build. I'm not sure if I wanna tackle anything that big right now while I'm still trying to get her car done. We're gonna change the pads on my car, and then we are going to start an engine swap. So I'm gonna change the brake pads and I'll get back with you. Please stand by. So got my car done, and here are what's left of my pads. Basically nothing. The reason why is because I have a bad caliper. The boot came off the piston and the piston rusted, so it wasn't retracting. But this thing right here is one of the best investments I ever made. This is a Mac caliper set. So now I'm gonna grab the torque wrench, torque the wheels, get it out of here, drop the door because it dropped like 20 degrees in the last hour. And then I think we're gonna start in on that bad boy. Got it up and started draining the coolant. The coolant has a nice silver color to it. It's supposed to be blue, but yeah, it also smells
like pure gasoline.
The radiator is out. I am going to definitely talk to the owner about doing a transmission flush because the transmission fluid in this is about the same color as my truck oil. So these 253s that come in like the Legacies and the Imprezas and the Outbacks, the naturally aspirated 2.5s, they're not that hard to pull. Now this one, when the guy was calling me or talking to me, the biggest thing I was worried about was the motor being locked up. Because if the motor was locked up, I can't rotate it and get to the flex plate bolts on the back. It wasn't catastrophically damaged, so it does still roll over so I can get to the flex plate bolts, so it's easy to pull. So far so good. Actually, everything is coming apart rather nicely. A few more things, it's ready to come out, but I'm gonna stop for tonight and we'll continue tomorrow. So it's tomorrow and we're gonna continue ripping her out. My goal is to have it out and possibly on an engine stand. It shouldn't be a problem if everything goes smoothly, comes out nice and easy. All right, so we're at the point now where we have to rotate the motor over and get the flex plate bolts. There are 4 bolts that hold the flex plate to the torque converter. So I was just rotating this around just for shats and giggles. And I can hear the rings sliding against the cylinder wall. So yeah, this thing was definitely overheated and it's hurt pretty bad. So, all right, if you can see down in there, there is the flex plate. I already rotated it around, so 1 bolt is up. I take my little 1/4 inch flex head with a 12 millimeter and go in there and see if these suckers will break loose. First one out, we're gonna rotate the motor around and get to another one. And right there's another one. It is time. Everything's undone. Hopefully it comes out okay. All out. Came out actually rather easy. So last thing I'm gonna do tonight is drain the oil out of this guy, out of the old motor, because I'm curious to see what it looks like, see if there's any metal shavings or anything like that, because it got hot. Oh, nice. That is yummy. He's got a new timing belt, and we don't know anything about this motor besides the mileage. So I know he's got a newer timing belt and water pump. I'm gonna switch all of that over to the new motor. or the non-overheated broken motor. This came out of a manual, so I gotta take the clutch and flywheel off, put the flex plate on it. But other than that, we're gonna start switching everything over and it's going right back in. So until tomorrow.
The next day.
So today we are going to take off everything that is needed off the old motor to put on the new motor. Exhaust manifold and some other odds and ends to make that one ready to rock and roll and run. Okay, old one is stripped, new one is on the stand. Flex plate is on and torqued. Tomorrow I'm going to the parts store picking up new plugs, a new thermostat, oil, coolant, etc. I figured I'd show you this. This is the exhaust manifold. Do you want to see how bad the head gasket was blown in this? So everything is switched over and she's ready to go back in. I still got a little bit left before bedtime, so I think I'm gonna clean up the shop a little bit, play some music, and just enjoy this nice cool evening. Okay, back from town with all the necessary fluids to get her running again. I pulled the drain plug and let it drain out overnight. That way every drop came out. Just got done replacing all 4 spark plugs with Autolite double platinum plugs. Off the stand and headed back in. To the owner of this car, if you're watching, this car is welcome back to my shop anytime it wants to. Easiest in and out motor that I've ever done on a Subaru. It came out easy, it went right, oh, of course the damn heater kicks on. All right, here we go. I got 4.4 quarts of fresh Valvoline. I'm only gonna let it run for a couple seconds. I got no radiator in there, so there's no coolant circulating, so I'm gonna see it'll fire. Let it run for a couple seconds, build oil pressure, and then shut her down. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, she's purring like a kitten, boys. All right, here we go, backing out. It's been running for probably 25 minutes or so in the shop. He had a blower motor noise, so I looked at that while it was getting up a temp. All right, cruise is set at 60 miles per hour. Temp staying right where we need it to stay. If the owner is watching this, if you ever want to get rid of this car, let me know. This is absolutely ridiculous. It's the middle of March. Why are we still getting snow? He just did his first oil change. They grew up so fast. So that was my brother. I taught him or showed him how to do his first oil change. He straight piped his Impala a couple days ago at school, and all the guys in the class were like, damn! So this is where the video is probably gonna end off. We are going to continue on her car. In the next video, she is back there giving it a full inspection. We are still finding many problems with the wrap, which we are not impressed with. I really hope once the sun gets beaten on it, it'll cure some of the imperfections. We're taking the bumpers down to Columbus to get redone at the end of March, but IFO is coming quick. First car show is coming quick. So appreciate everybody for watching the videos and supporting the channel, and we'll see you next time.